In today's video, I'm going to be doing my end of year recap on my 2018 goals. So if you want to see how I went with my 2018 goals, then keep on watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. And if you're new around here, make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you can keep up to date on all my Aussie made and owned beauty reviews, as well as all my project pans that I do throughout the year. And I'm going to try and keep this video short because this is a bit of a chit-chatty video, so hopefully I don't ramble too much. Let's get into it, see how I went with my 2018 yearly goals. So I had a fair few goals last year, and I did break them down into 7 categories. So a lot of the goals I was being quite ambitious with. So my first category was YouTube goals, and my goal was to continue uploading 3 times a week. Now, not even halfway through the year, I think it was about February or March, I decided to cut back to 2 videos a week. Now that was in the attempt to bring you better content, to also kind of manage my stress and lifestyle and social life a little bit better. And I think cutting back to 2 videos a week has really helped me this year to kind of try and improve my content, try and also get a bit more familiar with my editing software. I have come to the realization that the editing software I use is quite basic. I've enjoyed cutting back to the 2 videos a week. The next goal was to reach 400 subscribers, and I smashed this goal. I think by the end of 2018 I was at about 620 subscribers, so I totally smashed the goal of reaching 400 subscribers. I'm so proud of myself for absolutely smashing that goal, and you guys have totally helped me with that, obviously, and I really thank you for taking the time out of your day and your week to spend time with me, sit down and watch my videos every Monday and Friday. I know there are a few of you that watch every single video of mine and comment on every single video of mine, and I really appreciate that, and I feel like I get to know you guys a little bit more in every single video. So thank you for those of you that comment on every single video, and also thank you for those of you that just watch the videos. I know there are people that watch it on different devices that don't really allow you to comment, but I do appreciate those of you that still watch my videos and aren't able to comment or don't really feel like commenting. My third YouTube goal was to reach 10,000 views, and once again I absolutely smashed this video. I think I made it to just over 50,000 views by the end of 2018. Once again, I'm so proud of myself for that, and thank you again for continuing to watch my videos and continuing to support my videos, to like my videos, to subscribe. All that jazz is because of you guys. I'm just the one that makes the content, but you guys are the ones that actually help me reach the number goals. My last YouTube goal was to collaborate more. Now throughout the year I did do 3, I think it was 3, yeah. I collaborated with Kristen Sierra, I did my American and Australian food swap, I collaborated in person with Melissa Gold, and that was like one of the best experiences. And then my last collab for the year was my 9 by New Year's project pan, and that was fun. Like, that was a project pan collaboration with like a crap load of people from all over the world. It was great fun to find some new creators, some smaller creators that I really enjoy watching now, and getting to know some more people on YouTube from around the world. My next set of goals was finance goals. My first finance goal was to save $15,000, and this was being extremely ambitious on my part. I unfortunately didn't reach the goal, mainly because you guys will know in February my husband and I bought our first house, so that was a big stop on the savings goal. Basically, I am still able to save money. I just wasn't able to save as much this year because we had a huge chunk of money taken out of our savings to pay for our deposit. So that's the main reason why I didn't reach this year's goal. But this year I did save about $5,000, and that's just by myself. So I'm disappointed. I'm extremely disappointed, but at the same time, we do have a house to live in, and it's our first house. It's our own house. So I didn't reach the goal, but I did get something major and epic in return. My second goal was to stop buying lunches at work or limit it to 1 to 2 times a week. I do feel like I got a lot better at this, but I've kind of taken it from lunches and it's now like coffees or morning teas at work. So I do need to improve on that a bit again. Really need to bring it back in the spending in terms of morning teas and coffees. But in terms of lunches, it's probably only maybe once a week that I buy lunch. My third financial goal was to pay $5,000 off my student debts. Now this year I only paid $3,400 off my student debts. That's still more than half of my goal, and this one this year was set back because I did get a pretty hefty tax bill this year. My work wasn't taking enough money out of my pay each week, so I did end up with a hefty tax bill, unfortunately. That stopped my automatic transfer that I have set up to pay off my student debt, so I could pay off the bill that I got from the tax office this year, because that's more important. That actually has a deadline as opposed to paying off my student debt. I hope that makes sense. If you're in Australia and you have a student debt, you'll probably understand what I'm saying there, as opposed to people overseas. Our tax department manages our student debts. My next category of goals was health and fitness. So my first one was to exercise 3 to 4 times a week. I absolutely failed at this, and I am still failing at this. Towards the end of the year, I did manage to get it up to 2 times a week. Then Christmas hit and New Year, and I got back to work, and I've gone once the last couple of weeks, so I really need to get back into going to the gym properly and get myself motivated a bit more. The second one was to drink more water. I feel like this comes and goes for me, the drinking of water. Some days I'm really good, some days I'm not. It just kind of depends on what I'm doing at work. My next 2 goals was to eat less meat and eat more vegetables. I feel like I did really well on this goal throughout the year. Sometime, I think it was about in February, I decided that I wanted to transition into going vegan. I was doing really well on that, and then the last couple of months I've started to kind of slip back into old habits. I totally admit I'm not perfect at all with the vegetarian and vegan side of things. I really want to be better, but sometimes it's really hard when you've eaten meat your whole life and then you just kind of decide one day to stop. It's hard. And the last health and fitness goal was to take healthier snacks to work, and I totally failed on this throughout the year. This is something I am always consciously aware of, but I don't kind of actively try and change, and I feel like that's something I need to do in 2019. Next category of goals was fashion goals. The first one was to shop more locally, and I feel like I do this really well. I've never really had that big of a drama with shopping locally. I did do a haul earlier in 2018. Some of those brands were international brands, but on the general scale of things, I feel like I do shop locally most of the time. I just feel like I get better service when I shop in store and at local stores. The next one is to buy more Australian made and buy more from Australian owned stores. Once again, I feel like I've done that all right. I have purchased a few things here and there and a few tops and stuff throughout the year that have been from international brands that are stocked in Australia, but on the global scale of things, I feel like most of the fashion items I brought this year were from Australian made brands. The third fashion goal I had for this year was to basically shop at more secondhand stores. I didn't do this a single time this year. I totally fail at thrift shopping. It's just not something that I've ever really enjoyed, so I really need to kind of program my brain into enjoying it. The last fashion goal was to try no buys or only buying secondhands for periods of time. I do this really well. When it comes to fashion, I'm not the biggest fashion person. You're not going to see me posting fashion photos on Instagram or doing lookbooks or anything like that. I just don't really have the desire, or I don't know, I just don't really have the best fashion sense, I think, in my opinion. I'm a big jeans or tights and a t-shirt person, so I probably do need to up my fashion game a little bit. So I feel like I'm really good when it comes to not buying fashion items, and I do value the items in my closet, even if they are not the most fashionable items. I do value what's in my closet and I do like what's in my closet. So this one I feel like I did really well at. The next one was work and education. So my first work and education goal was to complete at least 15 modules of my makeup course. Now, this is one thing that I needed to update you guys on. First of all, there's not 15 modules on my makeup course, so totally failed at that. I was doing really well with my makeup course from about probably I'd say June to August, September. Then we got to October, and October was when I was doing some work experience for my course. I really enjoyed it. I was enjoying it so much. I would have to drive like 3 hours to get there either way, but I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to go like every night that I could. I got to like the second night that I did it. I think it was the day before I got a text message on my phone. Makeup school had gone into administration and that all classes would cease as of that date. All classes like for the week were cancelled. Any assessment or anything that we had booked in was cancelled, and I was shocked. At first I thought it was a hoax. It wasn't, unfortunately. It was not a hoax. So ever since October I haven't been able to do any work on my course. I haven't been able to do any studies or anything like that. So I'm currently in the process of trying to transfer across to a new school, and for anyone that doesn't know how annoying it is when something like this happens, trust me, it is the most infuriating thing. Like I said, it's been October since I've been able to do anything, so we're verging on probably, it'll be almost like the 6 or 7 month mark before I have been able to sort anything out. I have like a school kind of locked in, but I've still got to work out all the transfer credits and everything like that. My old school hadn't marked a whole heap of my assignments, so I have no idea how much credit I'm going to get towards subjects with the new school. I had a crap load of work that I had completed that hadn't been marked yet. So my second work and education goal was to get a new job. This didn't happen either. I actually applied for a job, I interviewed for a job, and I came second. It was actually the promotion at my work, so I applied for the promotion and I came second, so I unfortunately didn't get the promotion. My application stays open for 12 months though, so I'm crossing my fingers that some kind of miracle happens at my work and I'm able to get the promotion. It just has to be within the 12 months. So once again, cross your fingers for me guys and send your positive energy out into the world that something happens. My last work and education goal was to take more leave, and I feel like I did this really well this year. Not because I wanted to, I mean I did want to, but I was forced to take a lot of holidays this year. The organisation that I work for, with their budgets and everything, they don't like you accruing too much leave. Yeah, I was forced to take a lot of holidays this year at times that I didn't want to take holidays, but I do feel like it was still good for me. My makeup and beauty goals was to enjoy makeup. Of course, I still enjoy makeup. Continue to experiment with makeup. Totally did that this year. Try more indie brands. I kind of succeeded at that in 2018. Probably more so this year, start of this year. I did get a lot of indie brands for Christmas presents, so I've been able to try more indie brands in this new year. Play more with colour. I did that, same with the indie brands, probably more so start of this year. I've started playing with more colours. I've always been into colour, I just haven't really been as adventurous with colour, and I feel like I am starting to be more adventurous with colour and play with like those oranges and greens and yellows that I've never really used before on my eyes. Another goal was to wear more lashes. I don't think I've worn a single pair of lashes this year, so that was a total fail. And then it was to go on no buys for a few months. I don't think I really succeeded at this, but I do feel like there was periods of time when I didn't purchase any makeup, so I'm not going to completely crucify myself for failing at that goal. I do feel like probably the start of 2018 I went for a little while without purchasing any makeup because there was presents from Christmas and stuff to keep me going and to keep that like desire for something new satisfied. But after that, yeah, it kind of went off the bandwagon. And then by the time Black Friday came around, and I think November with all the new releases at Mecca, like the no buy went out the window. Like you wouldn't believe. I spent so much money towards the end of last year. And then the last goal was just to spend more time with my family and my husband, and I feel like I did that really well last year. I do enjoy just spending time at home with my husband and my 2 dogs, or like hubby and I will go out for a movie date night, different stuff like that. So I did enjoy spending time with my family and my friends last year, and I'd like to continue that in 2019. So that is my update for my 2018 goals. How did you guys go in 2018 with your goals or your resolutions? I don't like to call them resolutions. I like to call them goals or intentions. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Also click the subscribe button down below so you can keep up to date with all my content. That's it for this video, everyone. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.